Hey everybody, happy Christmas Eve. It is top dollar home offer. We buy houses Tulsa, and we were doing a series on our book, and we wanted to continue reading that. We took a week off to publish some other articles and information that we thought may be beneficial this time of the year. So we're going to get back into this book here and talk about tenants. We talked about how to treat your tenants well. When we buy houses Tulsa, oftentimes we keep properties as a rental property, and we want to not only respect them, but as landlords, we need to be able to screen those tenants, meaning what tenants should we put in our house, right? Because we know we're going to respect them, so we want to find respectful tenants, renters, whatever you want to call it. When we buy houses Tulsa, we go through a process, kind of a checklist to ensure that we are screening our tenants well and screening those according to the federal housing laws. We want to make sure we are following those guidelines. That way we provide a safe environment and good tenants and treat everybody fairly and respectfully. So back in the day, you could easily put up a for rent sign in the front yard and get a decent tenant in no time at all. You still can do this, but you want to go ahead and do your diligence afterwards. It gives you an opportunity to get phone calls, and if you have several rental properties, you probably have a list of tenants that you want to call on that have rented or continue to rent. Maybe they want to move around to different houses that you have, or you're always taking applications for good tenants. Or you could advertise in the newspaper, or probably online now. A lot of people use Craigslist, which is a good source. When we buy houses Tulsa, when we rent those out, we put ads on Craigslist. We put ads in different places to try to attract a larger pool of prospective tenants, meaning you get more opportunity to screen the right ones that would be the best renters for your property. However, with times changing, people aren't as trustworthy. As real estate investors, when we buy houses Tulsa, we use modern technology now to screen our potential renters. And what is that technology? Along with screening, we have to be aware of legal issues as a real estate investors, and we need to know about those things up front before the process starts. So one of the things that if you're going to screen tenants, you have to follow the guidelines of screening those appropriately. Another thing is we talked about being aware of the housing laws, both state and federal, and advertising without deception, meaning that you're careful in your ads. Your ads can get you in trouble if you're trying to discriminate or really, pick your prospective tenant and not be an equal housing opportunity tenant or landlord. It's a good idea to read up on those policies and procedures regarding this. Knowing that information beforehand can save you from potential litigation and shelling out thousands of dollars. If you're still not sure, then hire an attorney that specializes in this area. We live in a litigation world. Everybody is so happy and they want the easy money, and they think you're a target by being a landlord. They assume you're rich, and oftentimes you may not be rich, and some people are, but as a landlord, you need to always protect yourself. Be aware of that. When a real estate investor or landlord wants to screen potential tenants, some of the things that they should know and include in that screening process is, number one, are they employed? Where do they make their money? You might even throw out there, do you have a budget? That's always a good question to catch them off guard. What is their current income? Can they afford this? Is this more than 30% of their take-home pay? Is the rent more than 30% of their take-home pay? If it is, they're going to have a hard time paying bills, especially if they have a car payment and a few other items. The cost of living keeps going up. What is their credit history? Banks use this in order to determine the credit worthiness of a potential borrower. So you should do the same thing when you're looking at a potential renter or tenant, meaning have they paid their bills on time? Do they pay their bills on time? Are you going to be chasing this person every month to collect that rent check? You want those checks to come in the mail or direct deposited, whatever systems you guys have in place, on the due date or before the due date or no later than the due date. There's prospective tenant needs to fill out an application. The application should be completed in full. Anything that does not apply to them, they should just mark a dash or NA. Go over the application to make sure it's filled out correctly. Ask the applicant to provide you with a character reference that can be checked. Something that a lot of people forget about sometimes is ask for a photo ID to make sure the person is who they are. The ID such as a driver's license or a passport, or just don't go off their verbal saying that, hey, I am this person, because people will pose as other people these days, which is crazy. So make sure you get a copy of the driver's license number on the application. This will help you ensure that you've vetted this person out, that they have completed the application in full. You can also see on the driver's license where they lived before. You can even look up that landlord and call them. There's some tricks and tips that you could use, especially if they didn't list that last location on their application or previous rent history. That's a telltale sign, right? So be aware of that. Know who they've rented to before. Have a good application. If you don't have an application, we'll have one on our website, topdollarhomeoffer.com. Remember, our company, we buy houses also. And if you own a house and say, hey, I need to sell my house fast, then give us a call. If you're a tenant and you're thinking about buying a house someday, or if you're a tenant needing a place to stay, then you can fill out an application on our website and submit it, and we can see what properties we have available for you. We want to help you. So if you're a tired landlord, then give us a call. We will buy those houses. We like to buy houses. We can buy groups of houses. We can put together 20 packages, 50 packages, 100 packages. Doesn't matter how many homes you own, we can buy them in a lump sum if you choose to. So remember that. We buy houses Tulsa. If you have any other questions, give us a call, 918-212-5442.